guys, welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host Chris. Thanks for joining me once again on a beautiful day. The Chimay Grande Reserve. This is kind of their top of the line beer they brew. It's basically a Belgian quadruple or a Belgian strong dark ale, depending on what side of the pond you're on, as I say. Comes in at 9% alcohol. It is brewed by the Scaremont Abbey, which is one of the 7 official Trappist abbeys that's allowed to brew, quote, Trappist style beers. This is probably one of the most popular Trappist ales. So with that said, let me get into a glass, let you know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on the Chimay Blue Grande Reserve. Alright, so the appearance on the Grande Reserve. It pours almost like a dark iced tea, very, very traditional to the style of a quadruple. And again, you have to remember, this is one of those beers that actually started the quadruple style. So pretty much all the US-based beers are based on Trappist and Abbey style quadruples. So this is really kind of the grandfather. And with it, you get carbonation just streaming off the bottom of the glass, and that is due to bottle fermentation. There was a light, delicate head. It almost pours like champagne with really big effervescent bubbles in there. You can't see through it, and I wouldn't expect to based on the bottle conditioning again. It's just a perfect example of what a quadruple should look like. Just that dark brown iced tea, tons of carbonation, little head, just an excellent looking quadruple. Yeah, it's just so amazingly epic. I love this beer. It has huge notes of just deep, dark fruits, raisins, plums. At the same time, it has this light, kind of airy funk to it. It's just an epic smelling beer. And when you hear people say that quadruples and bigger Belgian beers tend to have that dark fruit, raisin, plum, this is a perfect example. If you ever want to taste it, get yourself a bottle of this. This smells exactly like raisins, plums, dates. There's caramel notes in there. There's huge bready characteristics from the yeast that is a couple hundred years old. This strain that they've been using, they've just mastered it. It's so fresh, and the aroma's always changing between different fruits, different malts. These different esters coming out of the yeast characters in there. It's just an amazing smelling beer. It's just a treat, an absolute treat to smell. Oh, so good. This is about 50 degrees. I made sure to kind of make sure the temperature was dead on this one. And you definitely start to develop more of a caramel character. So you start to get more of the deep malts in there. And at the same time, the back of the tongue kind of gets the raisin, the date, the plum. You do get those dark fruits in there, and it mixes perfectly with all the really big bready characteristics from the Belgian malts they use, and just the yeast strain. And the yeast is just a star in this. It's so bright and floral, and it just brings the beer to life. And just the carbonation just kind of, it's a huge beer, but at the same time the carbonation just wipes your palate clean and just allows the taste to keep coming in this beer. And it's just a phenomenally, I've said it before, epic tasting beer. It's a huge beer, and it doesn't taste like a huge beer. The mouthfeel is there, but at the same time you don't mind that. I mean, it's just a perfect quadruple. Like, there's a little bit of funk in there, and you kind of, I enjoy that coming from a Trappist beer, because that's kind of the authentic kind of taste to it. It's not like it's a goose or anything. There's a little bit there. It's just kind of a highlight, on top of the major players. But it's just a great beer. Yeah, so the verdict on this one, without a doubt, it gets an A+. This is in my top 5 beers of all time. Perfectly balanced with the aroma, the appearance. This is a quadruple in my mind. All the quadruples I've had since I had this have been measured against